Hi, I have a request to work on hip flexor strength and at the same time flexibility for underneath the leg. And we'll begin. There'll be some seated, standing, and to the side of the chair postures involved. Do what's right for you. You can also have a block handy, and if not, then you'll just use your hand for some of these practices instead of a block. So we'll be sitting. Normally I'm showing you from profile so you get a better idea of these exercises. I'm going to hold the block at heart center as a way of stabilizing my upper body. You saw, I tried to attach as we begin. Your right leg is going to lift up and pulse. I tried to attach a picture of sweet potatoes that I was, what is that called? That I was making into a hash. And hopefully I'm gonna get that picture on this video. But doing that, my shoulders have already got their workout, so we're just focusing on lower body today. Switch your legs. Again, you're just pulsing with a straight knee, the second leg up and down. You're pressing into your block as a way of helping you to lift the chest and sturdy and bring presence into the upper body. And so breathe. Switch it out, first side, second side, go back to your first side, and this time circle your leg around. So you're feeling more weight if the straighter your knee is. You'll feel a little less if your knee is bent. And so if there's any pain feelings or too much pressure for hip or back, bend your knee. Switch directions that you're circling this first leg. Place that foot down. Take a breath in between sides. Reach your block or your hands overhead and press your hands into the block to help you back bend. Inhale. Exhale, bring your block back down to heart center. Again, press both palms into it. Second leg, circles. Breathe. Switch directions. Go a little bit longer. Place that foot down. Inhale, reach your block all the way up. Back bend. Bring your block to heart center. So we'll inhale and punch our block or both hands forward if you don't have a block, and kick both knees straight. So you'll breathe in. Exhale. At this part of the motion, I know you can't see my feet, but they're either on the ground or they're hovering off the ground, and I'm leaning back. This chair is perfect. It's already in this boat-like shape. So we'll inhale and kick forward. Exhale, bend your knees in or stamp your feet down for that part. Breathe in, out. Five, four, three, two, one. Good. Plant both feet down. Reach your block overhead. Third and last back bend shape here. And then exhale, bring your block to heart center in front of your chest, arms in full extension. Soften your shoulders and begin to make figure eights with your block. Good. Go in the other direction. Both arms press up, and then we'll float that block down. Okay, so you're going to take the block in one hand, and you're pressing your block onto your first side leg of your choice. So now I'm going to pretend that I'm trying to annihilate and squish this block between my hand and my leg. From front, it looks like this. I'll breathe in, and then exhale. I'm letting this foot lift off the ground, and then I'm hovering it and I'm pressing. And if there weren't equal force, then my hand or leg would go like that. Because there's equal force, you don't see any movement. but there is a lot of work, and you'll be feeling that if you're practicing. Lengthen through the top of your chest. If this is too much, that foot's simply on the ground and you're doing the same exercise, right? Pressing so much that there's this stopping force and it could get a little shaky. Good. Switch sides. Second side. Pressing, still lifting tall through the chest. And feel all the area of muscle that's working from the front hip flexor to wrapping around the side, glute and low back muscles. Place that foot down, taking the block in your first hand. And for the second of this three-part exercise, you're bringing your knee up, block to the outside of that knee, and you're gonna press into one another there. You see my bicep just engaged, my outer hip is engaging. I'm breathing here. Great, switch it out, other side. Pressing outward with your knee and inward with your hand. Great. And then finally, lift your first knee. You're bringing your block, if you don't have a block, it's just your hand to the inside of that knee, and you're gonna give a good press. I also like to send my foot, instead of staying on its side, I like to send it towards the opposite side. Okay, holding and breathing there. From the side, it looks like this. And it's a good amount of pressure. Again, if block weren't there, that would happen. I'm counterbalancing by taking that same side, bent knee, arm out to the T. Take breaks when you need to. Switch sides. I feel like I've given this spiel so many times, but in case you haven't heard it, this here hip flexor does get really weak from sitting so much. Can also get kind of smaller or tight, pulling in from sitting so much. So we're doing the strengthening part now, and we'll get a couple stretches in a moment. Deep breath. Exhale. Good. We're gonna hold the block at heart center, and we're just gonna bicycle. Okay. Okay. If you have neighbors downstairs, you could temper tantrum to make them wonder what's going on. Okay. Now, if it's okay for you to transition without using your hands, press your hands into the block or into one another. Steady both feet and stand up. Okay, so we'll come to the back of the chair. You can get rid of your block. From the back of the chair, simply lift your first knee of your choice up and hold. Bring that knee out to the side and hold. Bring it to center line and then across, pigeoned. Hold. Back and step that foot down. Other leg, knee up. Knee out. Knee across. Center. Foot down. Inhale to lift up and look up. Exhale, round your back. find your neutral spine. A stretch for the hip flexors. You could kick one foot back and just hold there or press that foot back. If your hand connects with the ankle, you could find that connection point and then press into this dancer-like pose. Lifting your heart. Switch sides. Great, and finally coming to the side of your chair for your final stretch. Place your first foot on the chair. If this is okay for you and you feel balanced, continue. If not, you could conclude your practice and just take a seat. If it's okay, you're threading, lunging forward, hinging back. And then you'll walk to the other side to do the second leg. And then our final stretch will start like this. You'll take the outer edge, pinky edge of your foot onto the chair, and then you're going to kind of bow over. Great. Do your second side, outer edge of the foot, bow over. Okay, so you could repeat any of these exercises a little longer if you're wanting more. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.